He is a best-selling author and motivational speaker who has shared the stage with leaders like Tony Robbins and Robert Kiyosaki. But public speaking wasn't always easy for him. Here with tips on becoming a better speaker is Peng Joon. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me, why is it that most people are terrified of public speaking?
Well, number one is because the focus is on themselves. I think that the root cause to the fear is when people are thinking about themselves, thinking about, what if I say something wrong? What if I look stupid? What if I embarrass myself? What if I fall and slip on the stage, right? That's like one of the most common ones. It's that fear. But if we take a look at the intention and focus on the audience instead, like what is the value that I want to bring to the table and make it about them, that is when the fear goes away.
Wow, very interesting. So why is it that overcoming that fear of public speaking is so important?
Well, think about it. I think that when it comes to business, entrepreneurship, being a leader, the ability to communicate effectively is probably the most important skill, right? When people look at a leader in an organization, a CEO, the ability to lead, speak in a presentation, it is expected of them. So I think that if we want to improve our personal life, our professional life, mastering speaking is a must.
So what are some of your tips for becoming a better public speaker?
Number one, it's practice. I think that what many people don't see is that any person that has mastered their craft, whether it's speaking, whether it's playing a certain skill, whether it's the guitar, it's that what the rest of the world doesn't see is that practice, the hours and hours spent behind the scenes, in front of a mirror, in front of the camera, and doing it over and over and over again.
All those mistakes along the way that we make.
All those mistakes, right? And most people look at the result. They see the highlight reel. But most people don't see the real reel. People are just looking at the sizzle reel. But if you take a look at any person, it could be an Olympian that makes a movement look so easy. What the rest of the world doesn't see is how this person spent her time at the gym ever since she was 4, doing the same movement over and over and over again. And speaking is the exact same thing.
And you say that a lot of it is about storytelling.
That's right.
Public speaking.
Well, facts tell, but stories sell. The worst thing you want to be doing as a speaker is going out there being really dry and technical and with pie charts and numbers. That's when the audience falls asleep. But if you want to emphasize a certain point, what if you use stories and metaphors instead so that you're constantly engaging your audience so that they'll be hanging on your every word? And that's what stories are for.
And how do you make that connection with your audience?
Well, touch, feel. When you touch one person, you're touching everybody. So it could be a small group, 30, 50 people. When you're down with them, I think what's really important is that when you're making the connection, not to be up on stage, because that's what every speaker is trying to do. Especially when it's a big stage, if you're down there with them, what does that tell them? You're establishing a rapport with them, because you're down there at the same level with them. And you're just casually making contact with them, and that's how you, and at the same time, if you want to engage them, that's when you can ask them to shout out certain keywords, to repeat certain words that you're saying, so that they're with you, so you're not talking at them, but you're sharing this message with them. Exactly. You're on the same side with them.
And you say not to try and memorize your speech, because a lot of people make that mistake.
Oh, that's so huge. So huge. Even like this appearance, this segment right now, I'm not trying to memorize every single word. Context rather than content. Think about the 3 steps, the 5 strategies, the big picture, the framework, and then fill it up with the content. So don't try to memorize the words, because that's when, if you realize that you miss a word, the whole thing's going to go horribly wrong, right? Think about the big picture, the context, rather than the content.
Don't get stuck in your own head. Thank you so much for being here. Great to meet you
today. Pleasure being here. Thank you.
And Peng Joon's latest book, Platform Closing, is available on Amazon.